My name is Katharina Casanova. I have joined BearingPoint in March 2016 and I'm a senior manager in the banking capital markets team based here in Zurich. Before joining BearingPoint, I have worked in a private bank in Luxembourg, and there I saw a lot of consultancies coming in and out, either focused on strategy or focused on technology. And when I decided to change my career path, I wanted to have the mix out of it so that I can look at the whole project lifecycle. And since BearingPoint is a management and technology consultancy, this just worked perfectly fine for me. And when I was in the recruiting process, the people I talked to, they gave me a feeling and discussed the values of BearingPoint with me. And thinking about it, I just saw that the values of BearingPoint as well as my values are exactly the same. And now working for BearingPoint for almost 5 years, I can definitely confirm it is the same. To be honest, in consulting there is no typical working day. But I think we can categorize them in 2 days. One working on the client side in the project and one in the office. If I'm on the client side, I typically start with a daily scrum with my team where we discuss what they have worked on, if they have any impediments, what they will be working on today. Then I have to prepare a lot of client meetings with the stakeholders, moderate workshops, and discuss with them what the next steps are. If I'm in the office, I'm normally working in the KFAs, which are our key focus areas. Those are the topics we would like to push to the market. So we're working on presentations there, do analyses, write white papers, and I also have a lot of client meetings there, either with existing clients, but also with potential clients. For me, there are actually 2 things which make BearingPoint an attractive employer. On the one hand, the colleagues, and on the other hand, the buzzing environment we're working in. Obviously, there are a couple of challenges which we have. On the one hand, it's always the client's culture. We are stiffed at different projects each time, so we have to be able to adapt to the client culture, which is sometimes a bit difficult because it's not matching our culture, which we live in BearingPoint. On the other hand, we also always have to stay ahead of the curve. So if you work on a project 100%, you still have to keep on learning every day and see what the market is doing. So this might be sometimes a bit challenging from a timing perspective. And then a typical challenge which we have is actually what the client wants and what we as BearingPoint think what is the best for the client. Since we have a lot of insights from different banks in my world, it might not always be the best thing the client wants to go for. So it is quite difficult sometimes to guide the client in a good manner to the right direction. I believe one of the success factors is actually the people you surround yourself. There's one quote by Jin Ron who says, "You're the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with." And I think this is actually one of the key factors to being successful. Being the diversity leader of the Swiss practice, we have aimed for transparency. So we, for example, have done a BE talk with the topic diversity, where we interviewed different people from different companies and who are also subject matter experts. Then also we have looked at our people which are working in BearingPoint already and have also created their videos with them to push them to all the colleagues so that they see that BearingPoint Switzerland is already quite diverse. On a global scale, BearingPoint has initiated a DIVE Council, where colleagues from every country where BearingPoint works in are participating, and there we discuss different initiatives we want to execute, but also how we can go further. In addition to the DIVE Council, we also have various communities, for example, Women at BearingPoint, Ability at BearingPoint, or Proud at BearingPoint. Therefore, I think BearingPoint is on a good track in terms of diversity, but of course we can always do better.